What's up, everybody? I'm gonna finally get around to doing a little tutorial on how I do this Houdini weave that I came up with. Why is it called a Houdini weave? I don't know. I was trying to come up with a cool name, and I used to like magic, and Houdini and I have the same birthday, so I thought I'd go with the Houdini wedge. Houdini wedge? Houdini weave. So the way I came about this fly is my dad has a fly that he fishes everywhere. It's the only fly he uses. It's called a Christmas fly. And it's just a green and red, just polished weaved fly with some dubbing and a little soft hackle. And before I realized you could find videos of how to do that on YouTube, I sat and looked at that for probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then spent another 2 hours thinking about how I was gonna actually create this thing. And this is what I came up with. It's not exactly a Polish weave, but it's a different braid, so that's why I call it the Houdini. Got this fire hole 633 in the vise, and I'm gonna use two different colored wires so you can see. So with a size 12, you can get away with like a brassy or a medium size if you only do one strand. But what I've been doing is doubling up, because I think it gives it a nice little touch and makes it a little bit thicker. So what I do is I pull off about a foot of each color. I'll do that real quick. About a foot of each color. And then I just pull the color around the vise here and even up the ends. On that one. Do the same thing for the other color. And then I'll do a loop to loop to get them connected on one end, like that. And then I'll put it around my vise and pull all the slack out, and I'll just do a little surgeon's knot down here on this end. I don't even know if you can see that on the camera. Let's do a little surgeon's knot. Pull it through with my scissors or my whip finish tool. There's one. And pull the second one through, two. Okay. So now we have two colors that are connected like in a circle on each end. All right. And what I like to do is I turn the hook to where it's sitting slightly up, and wherever I want the end of this color to stop on this braid to stop, I try to put that part in the vise and clamp it down, so I can kind of have something to pull against when I'm pulling it down. And then I take the vise and I turn it around. You don't turn it upside down like you would like a Polish weave, but I just keep the hook facing up. Now, whatever color you want to be on top, that goes inside the hook like this, and the other color goes on top. Now, if I wanted black to be inside, black on top, I would put black inside the hook and then slide the gold down on top. But I'm gonna do gold on top for this one. And so the gold goes in, the black comes down, and all I do is I would start with the black, and you go, the first one's a little hard, you go under and around, and then you twist them forward. So now the gold is going to be the one, and you go over and around, not under, but over and around. And you pull them back, under and around, you're kind of always keeping tension kind of towards the back. Flip them forward, you go over and around, it's black's turn, under and around, over and around, under, over, and if it ever gets kind of wonky, you just kind of straighten it up. Or if you want to keep it nice and tight, take your 2 fingers and push it down, but this is already pretty tight. So, all right, black's turn goes under, under. Gold turn goes over, over. Black goes under, under. And so you get the picture. We'll go one more over, over. Now what I like about using with the wire is that it just stays. Now when I use like embroidery floss or even tying thread, you know, you got to kind of hold these while you reattach new string on, and then you can tie them off. But you can kind of see that has that really cool little pattern on top. It's two-tone, pretty good contrast. And so all you would do is you have free hands. You just attach the string back on top, your tying thread, tie that one down, helicopter it off, tie that one down, helicopter it off, and then do whatever you want to do on the top. And we'll try to pull the camera around and see if you can just get a little bit closer. Well, got the black table, but see, it's got that nice little kind of diagonal braid on the top, and then it's got a cool little two-tone. Right there, get that out of there. There you go. Yeah, so that is the Houdini braid. I'm glad I finally got around to making a video. I've been putting soft tackle on it. I've been doing bead heads. I did like a pheasant tail nymph. If you put pheasant tails, if you're doing like like putting a tail, just kind of tuck that tail right down in the thing or right on top of it. That way you still have a base to let your wire lean against. And that's that. I'd love to see you guys play around with that and send me some pics of things you've come up with. All kinds of colors. You can see it from the underside there. It looks pretty solid. Nice segmented body, I think. Pretty cool. So, all right, guys. Appreciate it. Happy time. See you.